Never seen a lame man walk. Never heard a dumb man talk. Never seen a blind man see. I promise you will change his name. Never seen a canceled death. Never seen all the poor get fed. Never seen a prisoner set free. I promise you will change his name.
Hello, everybody. Hello. How you doing out there, podcast, internet, cyber world, wherever you are listening right now? Maybe you're near your car. Maybe you're at your work. Maybe you're, I don't know. I don't know where you're at. Your living room. I don't know where you're at. Wherever you're at, hope you're doing well. This is the Big C and Bigger T podcast coming at you on the YouTubes, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Samsung, on TuneIn Radio, on iHeartRadio, on Reason, on Play FM, on...
Listen, I'm going to tell you people something out there listening. I'm tired of you illegally downloading my podcast on Napster.
That's right.
Stealing my art.
That's right.
Wait, we're not charging for this, are we?
Yeah, no.
Oh, crap. Well, forget I brought it up. Download away, y'all.
With this, I'm your boy, Bigger T, Travis Johnson.
Bigger T.
The beautiful town of Thornton, Arkansas. And I'm here with my best friend since the 6th grade, since we were little Panthers, playing football at Greenbrier Middle School, my boy Clint Clark.
What is it, Travis?
Boy?
Man, I am fantastic. I'm great. I'm worn out. I'm tired, but I'm great. Life is good. You know, we moved a while back, getting settled in the new house.
Yeah.
And this is temporary till we can get what we really want.
Get the dream home.
The dream home. You know, I'm 45. I'll be 46. You've already hit the big 46.
No.
Oh no! I thought your birthday was in March. It's in May. It's in May.
Sunday, homeboy.
Oh, it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Saturday.
You don't even know when your birthday is.
14th.
It's in March.
14th.
It's my story. I'm telling you when your birthday is.
14th.
Okay.
That's when it is.
The 14th. You'll be the big 4-6.
46.
Now, you know, and I'm just happen to be at a level in life where I found the one. You know, I found the woman I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with. You haven't quite got there yet.
No.
But once again, I say this about every podcast, and I can't emphasize this enough.
Not enough.
Travis Johnson's DMs is open, ladies.
Wide open.
You can get him on Twitter, Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, whatever. He may have
MySpace theme background is still kicking it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh. I think I had a MySpace page for like a day. Like I didn't understand how to work it. I didn't understand anything about it.
I had one for a while. I loved it.
Yeah, I didn't know. You know, all Tom wanted to do was be your friends.
That's right. He did.
That's all Tom wanted.
What's Tom doing nowadays?
I don't know, man. Well, you know, he mowed my grass in my old house today. Oh, not my dad.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Did my dad come up with MySpace? I don't know. I don't talk to him. No.
I figure Elon Musk will bring him out sometime.
Yeah, that's you know what? That's how, you know, I know $44 billion on Twitter.
That's all?
44 billion.
That's
like
all.
I'll be honest with you. I'll sell somebody this podcast for $44. I don't.
That's right. $44.
$44. Gabe, you want your own podcast? Cash out me $44.
That's right.
$CSC WB77.
That's right.
$44 in my cash app. I got to give half up to Travis though.
That's right.
It's got to be 88. we're gonna need 88, and then we'll let the podcast.
Yeah.
Well,
$34 a piece. There you go.
There you go. Because we're that's a reason. That's a good offer.
That's
That's
right. Well, Clint, did you have a good weekend, man?
I did. You know, it was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day, and you know, so I decided I invited Sue over, invited my mama over. You could tell you're from the South because I don't think anybody in a northern state has a mama.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No one in New Hampshire saying, I invited my mama over.
No, we're Pawpaw and Mamas.
No.
Do you know what Tom Clark goes by the way, his grandparent name?
No.
It's Grump Grump.
Rump.
Grump Grump.
Oh, Grump.
Grump.
That's a good name for him.
Great name for him.
That's right, yeah.
He is a grumpy.
Don't tell him I said that.
I will. But well, and you know, my mom goes by Susu, and the reason they did that because my daughter Caitlin was born first, and Tom would always go Sue. You know, you've been around. We've all heard her go Sue, yeah. And so she kept calling her Sue.
Yeah,
call me Susu. So that's how the Grump and Susu.
Grump Susu.
So anyway, I invited mom over, grilled steaks out. Now I have also, in the meantime, I've accepted a super fight in Memphis on June the 4th. So I've been training hard for that. So, and when I get like this, it's not being good on my diet and being good in my training regimen is not hard for me. I'm just dedicated like that. As soon as it's over, I'll get out. It'll be impossible for me to get back going. But for now, you know, everything I'm on my P's and Q's.
That's right.
So I said, you know what? I want to grill out for lunch. I was like, and then I had a bunch of food for meal prep. I'm like, well, I'm gonna cook that on my grill.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had some chicken thighs and some chicken burgers, and so that way I had a little bit of variety during the week, and I was gonna eat lunch. So I cooked it on my grill. And it was fantastic, and I'm still eating on it, you know, for my meal prep. So then I go out to cook steaks. I went to Sam's Club because if you want a decent steak in Conway, there's like 2 places to buy them raw, and one of them Sam's Club. They have a nice meat department. Do you think Sam's Club will sponsor us, Travis?
I don't think we're getting that letter to the right person.
Gummit. You know, my brother lives in Bentonville. I'm sure I could get him just delivered by hand.
Yeah.
So I look at it, you know, it's kind of like that burnt charcoal in the bottom where it just looks like straight ash. And so I'm out there to cook the steaks. I'm like, all right. It is kind of, you know, piled up where I had it. So I'm just going to spread this out. So I stick my hand in there thinking it's just burn up ash. It wasn't.
It's still hot.
I got a little blister right there.
Oh, nice.
Where I was like, it was worse. It's like, oh God. Well, I stuck my finger in my mouth to cool it off, and I had ash.
Horrible. Yeah.
So, but the steaks were phenomenal.
Good.
Mom and Mama and Dad were all really happy with them, and I was real happy with them. So yeah. Now you had a eventful weekend, did you not?
Yeah, I went down to Lake Chico. The men from my church did a little getaway. Some of them went down last Wednesday night after church, and I just took off Friday. Went down Friday and Saturday, and then down in Lake Village, and went fishing. A lady in our church has a lake house there that sleeps like 12 people, and she lets us go down and use it. And so it's my first time going, and they told me how many fish they catch. Okay, Clint. And I'm like, okay, they're just exaggerating. These guys, they're exaggerating with me. Okay. Well, I text them the first night. You know, they went down on Wednesday night. I text them Thursday night. I text one of the guys. I said, how'd it go today? He said, we caught 108 catfish, Clint. Now, I know you grew up enough in the country. You've been fishing for catfish before, right?
That's what I grew up fishing for.
Yeah. Okay. Now, when you went fishing for catfish, what would you use for bait?
If I'm going to be honest with you, we would dig our worms.
Okay, you get worms. That's right.
Yeah, we that's literally what we do. We'd go over to mud and we would take a shovel and we'd dig for our own worms.
That's right. You dig for worms. You might, if you wanted to, if you had a little money, you might go get some chicken livers, put it on a hook, even get a hot dog.
Never used hot dogs. We'd use minnows.
Minnows, minnows, you normally catch more bass or crappie or something like that. But sometimes you can catch it. Sometimes you catch a catfish or whatever. These guys, and then Clint, when you would fish for those catfish, would you fish with a bobber?
I would usually use a bobber, yes.
Okay, now how deep would it be though?
Man, don't get me lying to you. I've slept since then.
Okay. Normally for catfish, they're normally bottom feeders. So normally you would fish 3 or 4 feet deep at least.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right.
Or you'd go without the bobber, throw it out there, let it sit on the bottom, and then just feel the tension, when they would take it and you'd hook them. These guys were using crickets.
Now I've used those before too.
Now I've used them before too, but I was fishing for brim or bass or crappie. Okay. They were using crickets and they were fishing like 2 foot deep. And they would sit and catch 30 about 2-pound catfish at a time in one spot. Now, I don't know if you fished recently enough, Clint, to remember this, but about a 2-pound catfish is perfect fillet size.
Yeah, no,
that's good eating. I mean, you don't have a massive fillet where you got to cut it down. It's easy to fry in the fryer. It makes about the perfect size just to grab and dip in your ketchup or tartar sauce or whatever and go to work, right? I mean, perfect size. Clint, they caught over 250 fish last weekend. And they were upset because last year they caught over 300. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. They were just piling them in. Now, since then, I found out that our buddy Wes told me that they might have been spawning around that time or something like that. I was worried we were catching people's fish that they were feeding from the bank or something. They're used to getting dog food thrown out to them at the bank or something, or they're like the pet fish, and you're like, hey, these will eat.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a fun trip. And then on the way back, Clint.
No, I was going to say there's a sad part to this story.
There is a sad part. I stopped by Rhoda's.
You were geared up for this, yeah.
I said I was fired up for it, man. I watched the True South deal again. I was ready. Okay. It was closed.
Now, was it closed for like a holiday, or was it just?
I don't know. It was just closed. I think it was just closed for a holiday or something, or just for the weekend. Yeah. But there was if you drove through Lake Village about 11:15, there was a fat man crying on the steps of Rhoda's tamale stand.
I know they're like, let me in.
Wow.
Now, if you scroll to the bottom of my Facebook page, like you got to go near not Facebook, Instagram, like there's a photo that guy. They have like a little catch and release pond out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my son fishing so out there, and he had like a little like Batman fishing pole or something like that. And I was out there fishing. We weren't really. So I look over there, and he just takes his fishing pole, just throws it in the water. Austin, get that! And so he goes, picks it up. It wasn't deep enough because he kept asking me taking fishing. I'm like, no, I'm not taking you fishing. This is what happened last time I took you fishing.
Yeah.
I've taken him a few times since then. He's done fine.
Yeah.
Now, when we went to Galveston, and I paid $400 something for a fishing charter for me, the boys, and my father-in-law to go do, and we were catching catfish out there.
Yeah.
I mean, which was crazy that you're in the Gulf of Mexico, saltwater, catching the freshwater catfish. Now they're a little bit. They say they're a little bit tastier. It still tasted like catfish to me. Of course, I didn't deep fry them.
Yeah.
But no, it was phenomenal.
Good stuff.
No, Travis, you know what we need to do now? We need to make it up to the listener.
We do, Clint. Last week, we didn't have any good Holy Schnikes.
Well, I had a good one, but I didn't remember to the end of the podcast because me and you were sitting there before, like, and I was so mad because there was something, and then we started talking basketball. I'm like, oh yeah, there's this guy from Miami. It was like, well, I don't get a better NIL deal. I'm out of here.
Yeah. But like the universe does, like the world tends to do, it made up for it this week.
It did.
And it started off with a little get together in the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah.
In California. Dave Chappelle is on stage. And all of a sudden, dude comes out of the audience, tackles him. Not just tackles him, Clint. Now, word is the guy had a fake gun and a knife. I don't know if that's been confirmed or not. I don't know. Have you heard any more on that?
No, I did hear, I heard the same thing you did.
But Clint, at first I'm like, well, that idiot. And I'm still kind of that idiot.
Well, yeah.
But then there's a little bit of me, it's like, well, that poor dude, because he got jacked up, Clint.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx, as well as whoever else was up there, got immediate retribution, I'm guessing.
Well, you know, a few years ago at the WWE Hall of Fame, some guy jumped Bret Hart. And the first guy to the stage was Travis Brown, pro MMA fighter Travis Brown. And he got jacked up. But man, you know, and that sucks because these fans still can't act right. Yeah. Now, I don't know if you saw in Dallas, they had to remove a fan that was harassing Chris Paul's family.
Yeah.
Like apparently shoved his wife.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, you know, and then this was another incident on stage. I mean, fans need to act right. Go enjoy the show.
Yeah.
You're paying money. Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
They're there to entertain you. Let them do it.
If you really don't like the person, that guy that attacked Chris Rock, Clint. I mean, no, not Chris Rock. Dave Chappelle. Probably had to pay a good $1,500 for seats that close.
Yeah.
So you put $1,500 in Dave Chappelle and all the other artists that you don't like's pocket, so you can go tackle them and then get the tar beat out of you.
Send a mean tweet.
Clint, his arm. Did you see his arm?
I didn't see it, but I wish I did.
Clint, his arm was not going the right direction.
Yeah.
Clint, it was not natural anymore. It looked like Tom Segura. Okay. It was bad, except it was a better video of it because it's like he's sitting on the side of the gurney and his arm, like the top part of it's going out this way and the bottom part's leaning off this way. And I know y'all can't see that if you're just listening, but if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about.
It didn't look right.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right, man. It was that. And that's when I was like, oh, that poor guy.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a second. Should I feel sorry for him? Because he did something really stupid. But don't do it, guys. Just stop it. Like Clint said, audience, fans, you're not that important.
You're not. And act right. You don't need to be up in the upper deck mooning a Kentucky player as he shoots free throws.
No.
You don't need to be yelling obscenities. Come cheer, come boo. Be creative, but don't cross the line.
That's right.
And your security, get on your game. Now, I'm not sure if you heard about CinemaCon, and I've actually won a trip to CinemaCon back when I worked at the movie theater many years ago. And did you see that Olivia Wilde got served divorce papers? not divorce papers, like custody papers, on stage while she was giving a speech at CinemaCon.
Wow.
Like the process server was able to get on stage. He goes, "Are you Olivia Wilde?" "Yes, here you go." And it was from Jason Sudeikis, and Sudeikis was like, "I had no idea they were doing that."
Yeah.
Which, even if he did have an idea, your official answer is like, "I had no idea."
I didn't know those two broke up. That's kind of sad.
I thought them kids were gonna make it.
She's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl, and he's not. So
he's not a pretty girl.
No, he's not. He's great as Ted Lasso. So
yeah.
So
all right, and then we had Dave Chappelle,
right?
And by the way, his little joke about Jamie Foxx coming up in a trooper hat. You see, Jamie Foxx had a round hat on.
I didn't see it. Man, I haven't seen the video. And
he said, "Man, thanks, Jamie Foxx." He said, I think he said Jamie Foxx in a cowboy hat or something like that at first. But anyway, it was funny. Jamie Foxx even started laughing. Anyway, so not only that, okay, another one, this last week was also the Kentucky Derby. Right. And now look, I don't know a whole lot about, I'm not a horse racing guru. I'm not a gambler. I don't, but I kind of, pay a little attention.
Yeah. You pay attention to the Kentucky Derby, because we went so long without Triple Crown winner, you kind of paid attention.
Well, it's a big sporting event, whether you call it a sport or not, whatever, but it's a big event, and I just pay attention to big events, right? So Rich Strike was not even.
He wasn't in the race till Friday.
Not even in the race. Enters the race at 99 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
Ends up making it 80 to 1 odds. And if you listen to the call of the race, which I did on the radio, they played the call on the radio.
Tell me about that.
The announcer doesn't even say his name until after the race is over. He came from that far behind to win that race. 80 to 1 odds.
80 to 1 odds. Now, that was impressive. At work, we had drawn, I'm the GM. So I said, you know what? Y'all they drew the names out of the hats. And so I just went and bought a $10 scratch off ticket. We're going to gamble. We're going to gamble twice. No one put any money in. I just paid for it. So they played for a $10 scratch off ticket. We were like, we didn't even know where we left the names out of had him on it.
Yeah.
Because he was a late in. I said, well, we'd end up doing him. I said, well, I'll just give it to whoever got second.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Now, Mike Leach had an interesting comment afterwards. He said, that's proof that we need an expanded playoff.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're Leach.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there.
Well, I do think what that would do is that
horse racing's a whole different.
It is, but I think it definitely provides some variety. It's like your top 4 stays the same, but your 6 through 12 would, changes a little. But I don't know. I don't know if it'd ever make a difference.
Now, I want to go back to Rich Strike real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
On the Leach thing. So after the race, he gets into the winner's circle with all the other horses. Did you hear what he did? Our boy was fired up, man. He was fired up. Rich Strike was fired up. He was fired. He's like, yeah, that's right. I won. He starts talking trash to the other horses. Starts biting them. He's going ham on the other horses, man. He's like, come on. You saw what I did out there. You saw what I did. I'm the fastest horse around, 80 to 1. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. No, seriously. He got in the winner's circle and started biting the other horses and riling them up, trying to start fights with them. our Kentucky Derby winner, our little horse that could, our hero horse is kind of a jerk.
I'm co-owned by Mike Tyson. He bought another horse's ear off.
He's not a good winner. He's kind of bad.
Not very gracious.
He's not very gracious. And I mean, sure, he's gonna have a good life now. He's gonna be able to just go make babies and
chill.
They're gonna say, hey, from a Kentucky Derby winner, this kid comes from a Kentucky Derby winner, and that's probably why he was so fired up. He's like, y'all boys know what my future's like. I made it to the stud farm.
I'm just gonna hang out and make babies. Y'all leave me alone.
I made it to this. You're going to the glue factory. You're going to the glue factory.
I'm going to the stud farm. You other 21 chubs, you're glued.
I'm sorry, my imagination just goes wild, and I just imagine a horse talking trash. And it makes me laugh.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so going back to the pirate, I think you're talking about apples and oranges there, Clint. I think in the expanded playoff, I don't know. I don't see a football team catching on fire like that. Yeah. In a playoff.
Now, are you for or against expanding the playoff? I'm just curious because we've never talked about it.
Look, I know it's going to happen, but I think it creates a different college game than what we've had in the past.
Well,
I like the old school BCS where you'd have the top two teams play each other at the end of the year, and that way the regular season matters the most. That's what I like. I'm old school. I like for the regular season to matter. Okay. However, we live in a world where everybody wants a playoff. Okay. And the leagues want a playoff because it's more TV money. But now that we got a 4-team playoff, we already see bowls don't matter. The Rose Bowl no longer matters anymore. The Cotton Bowl no longer matters unless it's one of the playoff games or the national championship games.
Yeah, everybody opts out now. No one plays their bowl game.
What they've become all-star games.
Yeah.
They've become all-star games, and they don't matter because people don't want to watch people just play the sport and have fun anymore. It's got to have some huge deal behind it. When I was a kid, I loved the Pro Bowl. I'd watch the Pro Bowl every year. It was in Hawaii every year.
Yeah.
The football players loved it. They got to go to Hawaii and hang out. A lot of guys, it was a big deal for guys that grew up in the inner cities that had never been to Hawaii before. They got to go to Hawaii and hang out in the islands there and, do whatever they did, party it up. And then they got to go out, and I got to see Michael Irvin catch passes from Phil Simms. Okay. I got to see Emmitt Smith watch Jumbo Elliott block for Emmitt Smith. Okay. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
And then about the fourth quarter of the All-Star game, the Pro Bowl, a football game would break out.
Well, especially nowadays.
Yeah, but you
don't have any pride.
You can see good moments there. You get to see Jeff Saturday, who had signed with Green Bay, go out and snap it one last time to paint him. They let him do stuff so. It was, but yeah, we beat Penn State in the bowl game, but was that really Penn State?
Yeah.
And was that really our? We didn't have Treylon.
Dotson wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Treylon Burks wasn't playing.
It was just like, yeah.
Or did Dotson play? I'm trying to remember.
Dotson played.
No, he did play, didn't he? He did.
I don't remember. But they were missing several players.
Yeah.
We were missing 2. And then they were missing.
They were missing a lot of defensive guys.
Yeah, a lot of defensive guys, and so.
I'm a little old school on that, but I understand what people want.
Yeah.
I understand it's what people want to have, and that's the way it's going to be.
So Travis, we couldn't remember. We didn't have a Holy Schnikes moment last week. So now we've doubled up for him. And for most podcasts, you know what? We gave you 2 for 1. That would be enough.
That would be enough.
But not here at the Big C
Big
C podcast. We're going to triple it up for
triple
you, for you guys and gals.
Buy one, get 2.
Tom Brady.
Big Tom.
10 years.
TB12.
$375 million to do a job he's never done in his life.
Never proven himself at.
You don't, I mean, like, look, if you were going to sign him to play quarterback, I get it.
Yep.
He is definitely in the argument for the GOAT. I would call him the GOAT. I don't know if you would. I would.
Yeah, I probably would.
So
you want to sign him to design your offense.
Right. Bring him in as like an analyst, something like that, but not for color commentator. You don't even know if he's good at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, because like, you know, you have your, you know, I think you've said before, like you had to turn a game off because Gino Toretta was annoying you that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's an obscure name to pull out Gino Toretta. Heisman Trophy winner from Miami for you kids that ain't listening at home.
That's right.
Terrible pro. But he did once say a guy was the most fastest guy on the team.
The most fastest.
The most fastest. You know, and Emmitt Smith, one of the best running backs of all time. Probably better vision than any running back to ever play the game. I mean, he could find a hole and hit it quick. Terrible in the studio analyst. Terrible.
Not good at all.
Now, Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, they're great.
But a guy they used to throw to, you mentioned him earlier before we got on the podcast.
Yeah, Jason Witten was terrible.
He brought tears to my eyes. He was so bad.
Yeah, he was bad. He was bad.
And you would have thought Witten would have been great because he was a vocal leader on those Cowboys teams he played on. You would have thought, okay, this guy's going to be good. No. And now Tom Brady may end up being the best commentator ever. May happen. But I want to know who's running Fox. Because I think it's the same people that own the Browns. I don't know that for sure. But, you know, the Browns give a guy that may have a year suspension, the biggest contract ever for a quarterback, guaranteed contract, in Deshaun Watson. Stupid. And Fox Sports is hiring a guy that's never done a job before to do a job and just hoping he'll do good at it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's guaranteed money.
Well, they lost Troy Aikman, I believe, to ESPN. I think Troy and Joe Buck are going to Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% on that. But
Well, a lot of those guys are moving because isn't Hulu getting some games?
I think Prime Video, because Prime Video's they're working to get Pat McAfee. Now, Pat McAfee, he does color for Friday Night SmackDown for WWE now, and is great at it.
Yeah.
Like, it bothers me how good Pat McAfee is at everything. His podcast is good. He was a good punter. He's great. He wrestled a match at WrestleMania. It was a great match.
Yeah.
I hate you, Pat McAfee.
Right. Yeah.
I hate you.
Especially since you were a punter.
You were a punter.
You know.
Dadgummit, you're good.
A real football player or be nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah. Woo. But it seems outrageous for somebody that hasn't. I get it, you know, but man, that seems like a lot for somebody who.
It is a lot.
Hasn't done anything.
It is a lot.
You know, I mean, I have my own podcast. I think I'm more qualified for it than Tom Brady. I can't back that one up.
Hey, and if you want someone that hadn't ever done it before and willing to go and try to prove it, I'll take a lot less money to go and do it. Look, you pay me, you're paying him $30 million, $2 million. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. $2 million.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I'm good.
I will show up every Sunday and call a game for 50 grand a year. I mean, I got to keep my day job, but just 50 grand, pay my travel. That's how much money you're saving. Man, I just undercut you big time, Big T.
Hey, I'll do it for some Taco Bell gift card.
Oh, dadgum. You got me.
That's all I need. Give me a Taco Bell gift card. And if you could pay my travel, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, Clint, the baseball team, the Hog baseball team, got to talk about them a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the best of weeks for them. They Missouri State came in last week, and Missouri State has given us issues, man.
Yeah, you kind of just got to flush the midweek games. I mean, but Van Horn usually finds a way to cancel a few of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, that wasn't. Yeah, it sucks to lose because you are putting your good batters up there, but they never put their.
Well, it just stinks because it was Missouri State, because that's a team that's had our number in the past, and so you'd like to beat them. And then we played Auburn this weekend, and Auburn's good. Okay, Auburn's probably the third best team in the SEC behind us.
And Tennessee.
In Tennessee, yeah. And it was a little more the same. Still stranded lots of runners. Now we did get a few hits with runners in scoring positions this time, which was good. I'll tell you, Clint, I've been really excited to see this kid Diggs.
Yeah, he's came along for him. Really has. I think he's earned playing time.
Yeah, he's and on this roster, that wasn't a very easy thing to do. He's got 3 home runs. He's batting .250. But he's Van Horn's really liking what he sees out of him, and he's making some plays. Robert Moore's batting average is still the worst of the starting lineup, .236. Brady Slavin's is at .259. Gregory's at .260. Stovall's .263. Battles is .275. Webb is .285. Caden Wallace, the Worcester Wonder, is at .304. Chris Lanzilli is .314, and Michael Turner is leading the team at .328. Webb is crushing it home run wise. 12 home runs. Slavins has 11. The offense is, the thing is, we put up the runs. It's just not always at the right times. Once again, we're still struggling with that.
Well, we got 2 series left. We got a home series versus Vanderbilt. And then Vanderbilt's fighting to make the field, I believe. I don't think they're a runaway for sure.
I think they're still going to be ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, I think they're more of a 2 seed or a 3 seed this time around, instead of a they're going to be a super regional host like Arkansas or Tennessee will. And then so we got them at home, and then we got to go to Tuscaloosa. So we've got 2 series left. I think we've got a 1-game lead in the West. Now that 1-game lead is over A&M, who holds the tiebreaker because they did beat us in a series at A&M. And I think A&M's got the Mississippi schools left, who are a little down this year. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting. It'd be interesting to see how they finish. They need to win at least. I think they can't get swept, and they need to win at least one of these 2 series to, I think, ensure themselves a super regional. I think they could afford to lose a series, but they can't afford to get swept.
One bright spot on the team right now for sure is making our girl Kelly Kapowski very happy.
Who's that?
Zach Morris.
Oh yeah,
is
I see what you did there.
See what I did there with the little Saved by the Bell joke?
I need a goal. Like gone.
He's got a 4-0 win-loss record. And he's got a 0.87 ERA right now. And he's had some really good showings. Brady Tigert still keeps playing pretty well.
Yeah, he did. He took the L, I think, Saturday this week.
Yeah, he may have.
Gave up a run. Of course, him and this guy from Auburn are two of the premier closers in the league. So,
well, hopefully Van Horn's going to get it figured out. And we got some good players, man. We really do. We got some good guys. So hopefully they'll get things rounded up. In other Razorback news, did you hear we got another transfer portal commitment?
I did not.
Wichita State guard.
Oh, wow.
6'4", I think. 6'4" guard from Wichita State.
Listen, I'm really happy to have you with 6'4" guard from Wichita State, but why?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying why. I mean,
I don't know how these numbers are going to work out.
No, I don't either, because you still don't know what Jalen Williams is going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, Musselman has a proven track record of playing 7-8 guys.
Yeah.
Is what he does. So you got the 3 5-stars. You're going to bench one of them? No. You're going to not play Devo? No.
Yeah.
And those are all pretty much guards, except for Walsh plays small forward, but he's one of those positionless guys.
Mm.
And then you've got Darian Ford and Pinion. I'm just saying there's not enough.
And the thing is, those are the two positions. Well, besides you got Black, I guess, is a point guard. But Pinion may be the position you need worse than any of them. A solid shooter you can count on.
Yeah.
Like if he can fill that role, if he can be that Pat Bradley, what was his name?
Cannon Whitby.
Yeah, or Isaiah
Joe.
Isaiah Joe, yeah.
Isaiah Joe playing with the Philadelphia
that shooter that you can count on to hit about 30-something% from 3-point line. That's what you really need. And if he can do that, you need him in there. So it's going to be interesting. And then it came out this week also, Clint, that the Hogs are going to play some kind of a series in Europe, some kind of a tour there, 10-game, like some kind of tour there, which coaches like to do things like that when they have a team like this that they're going to be putting together and try to piece together, because that'll be a good road trip where they get to grow together a lot. And
they'll play a lot of pro teams too. So that'll be good. Now talking about basketball, but not going to the main subject we're going to go to. So we got 3 Razorbacks left in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I could be wrong. So Moses Moody in Golden State, Bobby Portis in Milwaukee,
mm-hmm.
who's the only one that's actually playing, and Isaiah Joe's with the 76ers. Which one do you think's which one's got the best shot, and which one would you like to see win it the most?
Oh, probably Bobby again. He's such a good representative of Arkansas. And then I like the Bucks. I like your Giannis and
I'm going to disagree with you. I most want to see Philadelphia win it.
Okay.
Just because of all the drama they put up with Ben Simmons this year.
Yeah, but they have Harden now, right?
Yeah, I don't dislike.
I'm a big Harden fan.
I mean, teach their own. But I like Joel Embiid. And the other one, but the one I think's got the best chance of winning is Moses Moody in Golden State. I would put Golden State as the favorite. Right now, they're the only one that's on the brink of advancing. Everybody, all the other series are tied 2-2.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of good basketball, there's been some really, really good games.
Yeah,
tucked down to the minute, and you can tell at this level, at these series, coaching matters, and clutch matters. So
yeah, for sure.
Now, Now, Marco polled you in the beginning of the week. And I said, dude, I got an idea for a podcast subject. And you're like, I love it. It's the greatest idea you ever had. This is why we're Paul Feinbaum's favorite podcast.
That's right.
His favorite. So our idea is me and Travis pretty much, or memory, we can remember a little bit of Eddie Sutton, but not much. So we're going to go back to the Nolan era. We are going to pick our all-time starting five.
Basketball.
Basketball. Now, we have this pool of players. We're going to go from Nolan Richardson's era to present day.
But we can't pick the same player, correct?
Pick the same guy. Now,
can we pick the same player but at a different position?
No,
same player.
Starting fives. Now, I will give you your choice because I won trivia. Now, you can either have the first pick or you can get the next two.
Okay. Can we pick whatever position we want? Or
you pick whatever position you want. I think that's the fair way to do it.
Okay.
So and I've got a little pen and paper here. I'm going to write this. I won't be able to read it. I got to find my pen.
All right. I'll take the next two. I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off with power forward then. And I'm going to Corliss.
Yeah, we can't pick Corliss.
Wait, did we agree to not pick Corliss?
Oh, you're going to go ahead and take Corliss?
Okay, I'm going to pick Corliss. That's why I'm taking Corliss.
That's fine. You have Corliss.
Yeah, that's my power forward right there.
Okay.
We're going to go. I put CW there for Corliss Williamson.
Well, I'm building a team here, okay?
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I went with the only guy to win most outstanding player in the Final Four, Corliss Williamson.
Well, all right. So my power forward, I'm going to pick first.
Oh, so you're bold here.
And I'm going to play him a little out of position.
Okay.
It's Joe Johnson.
That is a little out of position.
He's 6'9", though.
Yeah, he is 6'9".
And just wait to see what I do. My second pick, because I've thought about this, and I got a team. I'm building this team.
I got you. See, and I didn't put any thought into it.
Okay, now I put thought into it. And my second pick will be at small forward. It's Todd Day.
That's a good pick.
6'8", small forward.
Yeah. So, all right. So I think from here on out, we ought to go 1-1-1.
Okay.
Like literally, we talked about this a lot before we went on there.
Yeah.
so, all right. No, those are good. Those are good picks. I would consider both of them shooting guards, though. You're putting in one of those Eric Musselman positionless players.
I am.
See, and here's where I'm going to go. And I was like, I figured you were going to go here, but you didn't. You surprised me. So I'm going to go point guard, and I think any team is only as good. Every team rises and falls with a leader, and you already know who I'm picking. And this guy is not the best by any means, but he was one of them guys that would hold you accountable. I remember in practice one time, George Harp, the quarterback, grabbing my transfer from San Jose State, grabbed my face mask, told me to shut up. And I loved it because you need a leader like that to lead your team, to get the rest of the guys in line. And there's never been a better leader in any Arkansas sport that I can name off the top of my head. Better than Corey Beck.
I agree with you.
And so my point guard is going to be Corey Beck.
All right. My next pick, I'm going with the big guy at center. And when I say the big guy,
you mean the big guy.
I mean the big guy.
I'm already going to put it in here.
And I need the guy, Clint. I need the guy that can throw an outlet pass, because I got a 6'8" small forward named Todd Day that can run a post pattern better than anybody in the league, if you know what I mean. He can get down the floor, and he's got them long arms. He can get up there.
He can throw a fadeaway punch too.
Big O throws that one-arm pass, baseball pass down the whole length of the court. he can catch it and dunk it with the best of them. I'm talking about my boy, Big O Oliver Miller. That's my center.
Yeah. Well,
The man who blocked Shaq and told him, sit down. That's all.
and me and you were both surprised they didn't really let him guard Shaq that much in the NBA, because nobody in college basketball guarded Shaq better than Oliver Miller.
That's right.
Nobody.
Shaq couldn't push him around.
Shaq couldn't push him around. Oliver Miller. See, I'm thinking about picking a point guard and putting him at shooting guard just to stop you from taking him.
Don't do it, Clint. Don't.
I really am. I really am. But I can't do it. Because I feel like he'd be out of position. But you talked about opinion being something that we need.
Yeah.
Something you need. You need a pure. And by the way, I'm changing the rules here because it's our podcast. We're going to add a sixth man off the bench.
Okay.
I just added it.
All right.
Because you know what? I'm a rule maker upper.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take it, and I can save this one to later because I don't think you're going to take it. I'm going to take it shooting guard. I'm going to take Moses Moody. First ever one and done in the history of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Lottery pick. And, he can knock them down. And, teams had to game plan for him. Like when Texas Tech played us, Trey Day, who've had on the podcast, great friends with Chris Beard.
Yeah.
Great friends with Chris Beard. He said he's like, our game plan was stop Moses Moody. We didn't care who beat us. It just wasn't going to be Moses Moody. I'm going to take Moses Moody in my shooting guard.
Well, since you were thinking about doing it, I'm not going to let you get away with it. My point guard is the man that I was actually going to pick first in this. So far, I've gotten the exact team I wanted. I'm going to go with Lee Mayberry.
Yeah. I thought about playing
another great leader who could also hit the shots when you needed him to. Could get on fire from the three-point land if you needed him to, but could also distribute the ball, because I already have Joe Johnson and Todd Day to make shots for me. And I got a shooting guard coming up that's going to make some shots for me too.
See, I'm hoping you don't take the shooting guard that I'm thinking of.
I don't think I will.
No, I think you might be. I really do. I think I'm not going to pick him just so I can see if we're thinking the same thing. So, all right. So far, you have Todd Day, Joe Johnson, Oliver Miller, Lee Mayberry. I have Corey Beck, Moses Moody, and Corliss Williamson. So now I'm looking at this center position, and I'm thinking, man, I'm going to switch it up here. I really am. Crap. Now that there's a couple names that are coming to me, and
there's not many from the Nolan area on.
No, I'm actually struggling more. I'm actually because you took my small forward, so I'm struggling with that one. They're on here. See, because I'm gonna go. I'm going to go with Bobby Portis at center.
That's a good one.
Bobby Portis at center. I had another guy in mind. And we can talk more about him, because I don't think
he'll definitely score more points than my center will.
Yeah, I will. I was thinking Dwight Stewart.
Yeah.
I really was. I was thinking Dwight Stewart. Fat Flight.
That's right.
I was thinking Dwight Stewart, and I was like, man, that'd be a good one. Dwight Stewart would be a good one. I'm like,
but Bobby with Corliss.
And then, but man, I started thinking Jaylen Williams. I'm like, Jaylen's good.
Yeah.
I'm like, his passing with Moses Moody and Corliss, and So yeah, I feel good about Bobby Portis. I really do.
Give me a hint on who you think my shooting guard is going to be.
Shooting from the hog snout.
Nope.
His range is Susie. So you know who I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. I'm going one that a lot of people wouldn't think. He played during a bad time of Razorback basketball. But I loved watching this guy play. And when he got on fire, there was no one better that got on fire than him. I'm going Gennaro Pargo at shooting guard. Clint, he would get on fire and hit turnaround jumpers from three with people all over him. Yeah. Forget about that. He went on scoring barrages like we've never seen in Arkansas basketball. We've never seen anyone get as hot as he does. Even Al Dillard or any of the rest of them, we've never seen anyone. I'm telling you, go back and watch some of those game films. What did he play under Heath?
I think so.
Like he would just take over. He wouldn't listen to Heath anymore. He would just start shooting. And he would go on just scoring barrages that were amazing. That's why he stayed in the league so long in the NBA. And I just always, and if you put him, Lee Mayberry, and Todd Day shooting for my team, and then you got Joe Johnson who can do anything, and then all Big O's got to do is sit back there and block shots and throw baseball passes. All day, baby. All day. Sorry, I get excited about that team.
So I am going to do this to you now. I'm going to skip on my small forward, go to my sixth man. Because I know you're not going to take my small forward. I'm worried about you coming for Al Dillard off the bench. But
I was going to.
I'm going to take Al Dillard.
Oh, man.
Because you need a shooter.
Yeah.
You need a shooter. And I don't have a true – Moses Moody can drain him, but Dillard's range as soon as he gets off the bus.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got that. I mean, the guy broke Chris Jackson's record. I mean, he unbelievable shooter. So all you've got left is 6 man. So you can pretty much take whoever you want, regardless of position.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. You threw the 6 man at me. I hadn't put as much thought into it.
Right.
Part of me thinks I need to get a guy that would be a little better in the post to help out, if because Big O gets tired. So I think of maybe like a I don't know. I always just enjoyed watching I loved watching Justin Smith play.
He was fun.
He was a great one. And then but then I got to do it though. The Rustin Rifle. Give me Scotty Thurman.
See, and I should have picked him in my small forward. I should have picked him out because I know you're taking out Dillard from me. But yeah, he made the shot.
That's right.
He made the shot.
Yeah.
So no, but see, here's what I'd have done if I was you. See, I definitely can pound it in the paint better than you can. I think I've got a bigger big guy lineup, but you got better shooters than me. That's why if I was you at my 6th pick, my 6th man, I'd have taken Jaylen Williams. I really would have.
Well, yeah.
But how can we leave Scotty Thurman off the list? How can you leave Scotty Thurman off the list? Now, I've got a true point guard in Corey Beck. Moses Moody can score. Bobby Portis can score. Corliss can score. Al Dillard can score. I need someone to guard Joe Johnson and Todd Day. And I can't think of a better person than Audice Tony to guard those guys. I really can't.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I know he's kind of like your Gennaro Pargo pick.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
But
no, I didn't see that one coming at all.
So, yeah. So I'm going to take Audice because I just think his defense is that good.
His defense was really good. Yeah.
And this Arkansas team this past year, you could tell the difference when he was playing and when he wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can just tell the difference. He was a difference maker on this team.
For sure.
And now, for all you old timers out there that are listening to this podcast, first off, I'm impressed that you can figure out what a podcast was.
That's right.
If you figured out how to download it, or had your grandkids teach you how to download. You're like Sidney Moncrief, U.S. Reed, Joe Klein. Guys, we pretty much go back to Nolan Richards.
That's right.
That's where memories go back.
We can talk about those guys, but we did guys that we actually watched their games live.
So, Travis, if you had a seventh, who would you have picked?
Seventh?
Yeah, just curious.
I'll tell you one, an obscure one, or not really obscure, but that one that I think doesn't get the attention he deserves, but he's in the new era. It's Jaylen Tate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he won that Oral Roberts game for us last year.
You know, he wasn't the best scorer in the world, but he was a really good point guard, both offensively and defensively. He was going to guard the other team's best player a lot of times, and he controlled the ball, and he was a leader. He was had a little bit of Corey Beck in him. He would get in people's faces a little bit. So I really liked watching him play. Pat Bradley's another one. You got to, if Isaiah Butch Morris was more of an offensive guy, I always liked him. Played with Todd Day and them. Remember Arlen Bowers?
Yeah. Well, Nolan always said Arlen Bowers was the glue that held that team together because he played with Lee Berry and
well, because he played the defense Nolan wanted on that court. Yeah. He led the defensive side of the ball.
I was sitting here and I was doing my team. By the way, I would take Jalen Williams. Yeah. Jalen Williams or Dwight Stewart would be my next guys that I would pick. But I was sitting there going, man, I'm going to do the entire 94 championship team if I keep going.
Yeah, I was doing the 92 Final Four team with Big O and Lee Mayberry and
you got the new triplets. You got the triplets. So and man, I tell you what, either one of these teams would be a tough out.
Heck yeah.
So I'm gonna leave this on. We're gonna leave this on for a couple days, guys. And then I'm gonna put on Facebook, I'll put the teams, and then you can tell us which team was better.
That's right. Tell us which one you think's better.
Tell which one do you think Big T's team would win? Once again, Big T's starting at point guard, Lee Mayberry. At shooting guard, Janelle Pargo. Janelle Pargo, sorry. At center, Big O, Oliver Miller. Power forward, Joe Johnson. Small forward, Todd Day. And his sixth man, Scotty Thurman.
That's right.
My team, starting point guard, Corey Beck. Shooting guard, Moses Moody. Center, Bobby Portis. Then Corliss Williamson starting at power forward. Adis Tony starting at small forward. And then Al Dillard coming off the bench, baby.
Al Dillard, firing it up.
Can't believe neither one of us mentioned Ken Biley.
That's right. No, Ken Biley. He's got his one start in the national championship game. But, yeah. Well, Clint, man, those are good teams.
Those are two really, really good teams. Well, we made it through another one, Big T.
We made it through another one. This is 61, I believe.
Yeah, it used to be the home run record.
That's right, 61. So, people, thank you so much for listening. Once again, check us out on all the different podcast areas. Subscribe, like, write a review. Let your friends know about us. Let people know about us. If you enjoy this, let people know. Let people help us out.
If you don't enjoy us, tell somebody you don't like. Hey, this is a great podcast.
That's right. Yeah. Tell someone, if you want to make them listen, you think it's junk and you want to make them listen to junk, that's fine. We think it's good. We enjoy it. Our moms like it.
My mom don't listen.
Well, anyway. But seriously, those of y'all that listen, thank you so much. Thank you. We're blessed to be able to do this and just to know that there are a few people out there that are listening. And so we're so grateful for that. We got new ideas and new things coming for you. If you got some ideas, you got some things you want us to cover, message us, text us, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any of those. Let us know what you think. Okay, Clint, you the man.
No, you're the man, man. Great podcast. Enjoyed it as always. Can't wait to 62.
Woody Woo say what?
Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Sweat, work, filthy, dirt, harvest, hurt, kingdom come. Listen, that's why I sweat when I work. My hands get filthy down in this dirt. Won't see no harvest till I hurt. Crying your kingdom come. Listen, I wake up in the morning, I bow my head to pray. Mama told me if I don't, ain't nothing gonna change. These prayers breaking up hard ground so I can sow the seed.